Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Protoss versus Zerg. We have Killer against Leenock, and then at the bottom left, we have our Protoss player in red. It's TSL Killer.
And over here at the top right of dual sight, in the lava-infested Mordor-esque side of the map, is our player who's had a lot of struggles today. It's FXO's Leenock.
I have actually no idea what's wrong with Leenock today. He has been really struggling in the games that we've seen so far. He's facing Killer now, and Killer played quite well. I mean, he lost to Ganzi, but still his win against Jakji was an impressive one, and against Killer he did his best as well. It was not enough to defeat the Terran player, but now he's up against a Zerg, and Leenock, usually a really stable player that's able to put his mark onto a game, has been a little bit off. So
yeah, and unfortunately for him, his versus Protoss matchup is his least practiced as well, his lowest statistical matchup. So this is really going to be a struggle for Leenock. And you know, if things go the way that the stats say they might, Leenock's going to be 0-3 in this group, so he really needs to bring top level play here and get something, make something happen very quickly. But going for pool first, Killer is going for that expansion.
And Leenock was one of the favorites for this group, as we've seen earlier at the GOM website. So yeah, guys, you can check out GOMTV.net, you can vote who is your favorite player in the groups. Obviously, this group has already started, therefore you won't be able to vote. But we had Leenock and Donragu being the favorite players, and Leenock already losing 2 games.
Yeah, as well as Ganji.
Pretty harsh.
Yeah, no one thought Killer or Jakji would make it out of this group, actually. They were definitely the lower...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Ganji and Donragu were the 2 favorite players of the audience out there. Leenock was a close third, but still.
That's all right. But yeah, and remember, tomorrow, go ahead and go on GOMTV.net, click the live button for the games, and vote for who you think is going to win. It's pretty cool to see, actually, what everyone thinks in aggregate. In any case, so...
Oh, and I think we might see some aggression. We have the Roach Warren being built already, and speed halfway done. This is going to be a really nice Roach Ling attack against the expansion attempt of Killer. Leenock with some pressure, but a little bit sloppy with his scout denying, and now Killer is aware of what's going to happen. This is just a really bad day for Leenock.
Yeah, that's just so bad. He spotted the Roach Warren, so he's going to put up a couple extra cannons and probably be fine against this. That is unfortunate, because that's the only that's kind of one of the main chances Leenock has. If he didn't do something, then Killer would just get so far ahead in economy, and he's actually done the cancel build where you cancel your hatchery in order to get the extra minerals to build those roaches. And I don't know if it's going to work, although Killer's not really reacting. He saw the Roach Warren, but he's still just sticking with those 2 cannons.
Leenock is going for that all-in attack. Here are the Roaches. He will follow it up with Zerglings. We'll see that fairly soon. And at the same time, Killer is getting additional cannons, and he will need them. He will really need them. Chrono boosting his gateway right now. And Leenock, you really need to deal a lot of damage to the Protoss player if you want to succeed in this game. He cancelled the hatch. Moltrap mentioned it already. There are the Zerglings, the Roaches on their way. Will Killer be able to hold that off? 3 cannons for the Protoss.
And the Speedlings are rallying in at the perfect time, following up those Roaches. He's going to engage the cannons with the Roaches. Lings going in.
Only one pylon!
Only one pylon! He's going to target down the pylon!
Is he serious?
Oh, and 3 cannons get unpowered. The last cannon will be easy pickings for the Roaches.
You gotta be kidding me!
Oh my gosh.
Killer building cannon after cannon, and he doesn't realize that there's only 1 pylon powering all of them. What a huge blunder by the Protoss player. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Now he does repower those cannons with a couple more pylons warping in, but the Roaches are just so strong. He's taken out so many. The Lings are actually going to kill that outermost cannon. No, they're not quite going to finish it off, but his base is in breach. He is able to just kill off whatever he wants with these Roaches, and there are another dozen Lings coming in right now. He is going to take out that cannon. Stalker's desperately trying to hold things off, but no, canceling that cannon. Leenock may take a game after all. GG!
Wow.
Killer spots the rush and doesn't prepare properly for it and pays the price.
Well, he actually does, kinda.
Kind of, yes.
He's getting all those cannons. There were so many cannons, he would have been able to hold off that rush, and then when the Zerg player actually attacked, it was like, wait a second, I have a bad feeling about this. Something's missing, Oh my god, it's the second pylon. Wow. I don't really believe that. That must be so frustrating for Killer right now. Leenock must be feeling really good now.
And to top it all off, the pylon that was powering them all was in the front.
Yeah.
So the Zerglings could even attack it as well.
I mean, Leenock started that game, he already lost the first two, then he starts the third game, he decides to go for that hatch cats, he decides to go for the roach push, and at that second, Killer scouts his roach burn, and Leenock must be like, what is wrong today? I hate this day, everything is going wrong, and then he starts to attack, and actually my guess is that at that point he was already like, okay, well, I'm probably going to lose the game as well. Then he attacks and he sees like, okay, there are so many cannons right now, but what the hell is that? Only one pylon. I'll take it.
Yep. And unfortunately for Killer, that means that he falls to 1 and 3, 1 win and 3 losses, which means that he is eliminated from the group. So, and Leenock is now at 1 and 2.
Which also means that Leenock still has a chance to win.
He still technically has a chance, I think. If he's able to tie things up, because Killer is definitely out of it. If Leenock beats Dongregu, then he'll be at 2 and 2, and then Jockji will also be at...
No, but as Leenock lost to Jockji and Ganzi, did he? Check, yeah, Leenock already lost to Jockji and Ganzi, so even if he's able to tie up with one of these players, he will not be able.
Well, the only way that the way that Leenock could stay in this is if oh, you're right, he lost to Ganji already. He could tie Ganji, but then the winner tie would make it so that he would actually lose that tie. So yeah, I think Leenock might not necessarily have a chance. We'll have to double check on that. But things obviously not look good for Leenock. At the very least, though, he's able to take that win against Killer, and
And actually, the next game is going to determine who is going to advance in this group. Ganzi won 2 games so far.
I think you're right.
Jockji won 1 of them. So if Jockji is able to win against Ganzi, they will be tied. And as Jockji will have won against Ganzi, he will be the second player to advance to the round of 8. Though this is going to be a really intense game.
No, you're completely right. And if Ganji wins, then he'll be at 3 wins. And then he and Dongregu will advance. So it looks like we're only got 9 games today, I think. We're going to have to double check on that to make sure. But yes, that is correct. So this last game is going to be the last game. We're not going to play the last game because it won't be necessary to determine the winner. So we're going to have one final game of Terran versus Terran. Good call on that, Kaldor, spotting that situation. One more game to determine the winner of the group. And so everything's on the line for Ganji and Jockji. We're going to find out on Daybreak who's going to be the victor and advance to quarterfinals.
Let's get the party started.